trapped against the Nation of Islam. And you've been told that we are this terrible hate group, and that we are anti-Semitic, and that we hate everybody. We hate gays, and we hate lesbians, and we hate, and we hate, and we hate. But let me disabuse you. Let me disabuse you of the lies that you've been told. We are, first and foremost, a group of people who love God, love ourselves, love our people. And because we love God, love ourselves, and love our people, we haven't got time to be looking to fall in love with you, especially if you don't love us. We would rather concentrate our efforts and our energy on the love of God, the love of self, and the love of kind. But if you are one who is able to bypass the propaganda, the lies and the slander and the innuendos, we invite you to listen to us for a few minutes. Can you hurry up? I've been invited. And you tell us honestly if you can hear hatred coming from us, or some foolishness coming from us. You won't hear it, except your own bias will allow you to hear what it is you want to hear. We are here to give you good news about Almighty God, Allah, and we are here also to give you warning, because dark days are ahead. We have warned in the past what is coming in this country and the rest of the Western world, and the recent violent racist riots have been fomented by politicians such as Suella Braverman, Rishi Sunak, Nigel Farage, and even Starmer himself. Because I know some of you are excited about Starmer. You feel so relieved. Oh, we got rid of the Conservatives. Now we got Mr. Starmer. He's so wonderful, really. All of these politicians, they've all been pointing their finger at so-called illegal immigrants. And this is what ignited, fomented, and ignited these recent riots in our streets, where black and brown and Islamic people have been targeted in these violent outrages. Stop the boats. Stop the boats. White men today are angry. White men are angry because of the football, because they see the end of their world coming. White men are angry because all of their lives they have been taught that they sit on top of the planet. Are you white? And that they are superior to the black, the brown, the yellow, and the red. And today they can see that this is no longer the case, because despite all that they have done around the infiltration into other people's territories and lands. Today, just like the British Empire, that they boasted that the sun would never set on the British Empire, and they watched the British Empire shrink down to something like the Hackney Empire. Now they are seeing their influence around the world waning and becoming less and less and less. And every time they look around on the streets of Britain, white men see faces that look like mine. They see Asian faces. They see Middle Eastern faces. They see Oriental faces. And they feel that they are being overwhelmed. That they are, these are the language that they use, they're being swamped. They're being taken over. And they don't know what to do about it. And by the way, this is not just a kind of surface emotional reaction. This actually goes very, very deep. Because something that Caucasian people know intrinsically and within themselves, especially among the elites, they know that black skin, listen carefully now, black skin is dominant. This is in genetics. Black skin is dominant. Light skin is recessive. Dark eyes are dominant. Light eyes are recessive. You can take the recessive from the dominant. You cannot get the dominant from the recessive. That means that the black man is the original man of the planet Earth, and all human beings, you come from us. We are your mother and your father. You cannot produce us, but two black people in Africa can lay down tomorrow and we can produce blonde hair and blue eyes and white skin, or what you might call albino. We have the whole color spectrum within the black man and the black woman. We are the mothers and fathers of civilization. Two white people laying down together cannot produce yellow. They cannot produce brown. They certainly cannot produce black. They can only produce white. And white, as I've stated, is recessive. Now, what that means,
there is no black in the Union.
What that means is that as a people, white people are in a decline. White people, you are brand new people to our planet. You are recent newcomers to the planet Earth. As black people, we have been here, I want you to hear me, we have been here not hundreds and thousands of years. We haven't been here millions of years. We haven't been here billions of years. We have been here for trillions of years. The black man is the ancient of days. Whenever the planet began, we were here. The white man, you are a brand new man to the planet. That's why you will never hear Caucasian people claiming nativity anywhere on the planet. Caucasians do not claim, and by the way, Caucasian comes from the Caucasus Mountain. That's why you're called Caucasians, because it's from when you were in. It is from from when you were in the hills and cave sides of Europe, when you were cavemen and cavewomen 6,000 years ago, you were taken or you were given the name Caucasian. That is your true identity. Now, what these Caucasian people feel intrinsically, what they know, and according to the statistics of the demographers are the scientists of population growth, population movements, populations in general. And according to the demographers, Caucasians or white people are a diminishing breed. They now have what's called gray power. They are old people who are declining rapidly. Listen to this. Caucasian people's birth to death ratio in most of the European countries is below 0. In other words, for every Caucasian baby that is born, 1 or 2 Caucasians are dying. And so you are in a decline. You have gray power because you are mostly old. You are not producing. In Germany, they are paying German white women to have babies. They are having huge debates right now in England, in Australia, in New Zealand, in all the European places about how they can maximize their population, how they can encourage more women to have more babies. In Africa, in the Caribbean, in the Isles of the Pacific, wherever you find black, brown, yellow, and red people, we have no such problem. These are what you call Native Americans. The reality is that today, in Africa and in the world of original people, we have the average age of our population is below 30 years old. We are a young people, and by the way, back in 1930, our number was 4,400,000,000, while Caucasians at that time only numbered 400 million. Let me give you the figures again. Caucasians in the 1930s were 400 million in number. Black people, non-white people, were 4,400,000,000. So this idea, where you spend so much time calling us a minority, you need to stop it. And black people, you need to stop referring to yourself as a minority, and even worse, an ethnic minority. The etymological root to the word ethnic is another way of saying heathen or non-believer. And they have us speaking language into ourselves that diminishes ourselves. And so, you need to understand that the Caucasian, he knows intrinsically that he is dying. And he is afraid, and therefore he lashes out when he sees this color dominating in the society. Because, according to one of our great scientific sisters, who has now passed on, may Almighty God Allah be pleased with her. Her name was Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. Dr. Frances Cress Welsing taught about the fear of genetic annihilation.